Hey, Garrett, it's Ralph Hank. Well, you know that because it's in an email I sent you. Okay, you're going to love this because you seem to be into computers and stuff, at least to some degree. But I figured out what the problem was. And like I said, you're going to love this. Let me share my desktop. And we don't need this. Okay, here's the deal. This is the document as it comes down, right? And this is the one that you can't really do anything with. You go over to insert here, and your word art stuff just isn't working. Now, I was messing around because you said you were having trouble with all the different pieces in the instruction set. So I went, okay, let's start completely from scratch. And I ran into something that is a bit of a pet peeve of mine about how Office works with respect to managing comments. So what does Ralph do? Because he's been using this since time immemorial. He goes to the Mac's top toolbar, and he goes to track changes. And then he goes to highlight changes. And he notices that track changes while editing is selected, which struck me odd. And then it also said, this also shares your workbook. Now watch, as soon as I turn this off, right, it doesn't track changes in editing, I no longer share the workbook, and life is good. You can insert your word art, you can go to a comment here, and you can edit the comment if you want. And like I said, life is good. Pretty dumb, pretty easy, like it usually is if something doesn't work. It's pretty often really, really easy to fix. So there's the fix if you want to go and work on that worksheet. I'm really sorry. It's just, I was digging around and it just finally, I found it. So if you make that change, I'll share the workbook with you, or the desktop with you again. I'm sure you don't need to see this, but I'll do it anyways. Go under Tools, and with the Track Changes, accept or reject changes, and then you just unclick Track Changes while in the workbook. All right, so let me go through it again. I know I'm beating this to death. If you just want to shut it off and said, I've had enough, Dr. Hank, I don't need to really hear you talk anymore, you can shut me down, I don't mind. You click Track Changes, and just because you might be interested, watch what happens when I put this back on. It gives me this alert box. This action will now save the workbook. Do you want to continue? Sure, why not? But catch this alert box. This workbook contains macros recorded or written in Visual Basic. Macros cannot be viewed or edited in shared workbooks. So when it tells you in the beginning of the instruction set that you should enable macros, because they had put the track changes on, it killed all the macros. So it actually overrode the original time when you clicked on enable. So we'll click on that, and then all of a sudden everything disappears again. So third time through, I know this is really boring. And like I said, if you just want to shut this off, I'm just going to go through this one more time. Highlight changes. Just uncheck the box, click OK, and you'll be able to do everything that you need to do. You can edit from right-clicking, et cetera, et cetera. I'm really sorry that you ran into this hassle, and it must have been a serious pain in the ass. It was a pain in my butt at one level, although I do sort of love digging around and finding out why things don't work, because usually you can make them work. Anyway, I hope this helps. Let me know if you have any troubles or anything else. As we agreed, if you don't get this done, you still get full grades for the project. But if you do want to go through the project anyway and just see what you're doing and how it works, please feel free. Anyway, take care. I hope you do really well on that final project. I know you're working really, really hard and thinking about this. Bye.